All right, so let's get into it. I already got the jig head painted. So all we really have to do is go ahead and tie on the skirt. For the skirt we have two materials. We got the silicone skirt. We got 2 tabs of that. And then we have the living rubber, as they call it. And I kind of tear it off into sections of like 10 to 12, just kind of eyeballing it. And so I'll get 2 sections of that out. And go ahead and get our hook on there. Hopefully you can see all that fairly well. Alright, so we're just going to do some basic wraps around the head here. Simple loop knot. Cut off that excess. And we're going to lay down our first silicone skirt. Kind of eyeballing the halfway point. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means. Wrap around that a couple times. And now what I do is I kind of check to see the positioning of the skirt. I can kind of adjust it so I can see, like, you know, halfway down on this side and then halfway on the other side. Make sure it's, you know, somewhat even. Alright. Looks pretty good. So now I throw down the living rubber on top of that. And when you're doing that on top, it's actually, when you fold this over, it's going to end up being on the underneath. So it's something to keep in mind for however you want to layer up your skirts. And then I use just these little hair clips I found at the dollar store. Kind of hold my stuff in place. I flip it over. So now we're going to repeat the same process on the other side here. We're going to throw down our silicone skirt. Couple loops just to hold it in place. I clip this out of my way for now while I adjust everything. And that looks good. Throw down our living rubber section. So that's kind of what it looks like right now. I'll flip that over. I use another little hair tie for the final tying process that we're going to do here. So I believe this is called a I think it was like a whip knot, I believe. I learned this a couple years ago and I don't really remember the name of it, but a whip finish maybe, something like that, I believe. It's kind of tricky to explain. I kind of loop around here and you kind of see what I did. I create a loop and then I'll kind of do it slowly here so you can see. I do this 4 times and that creates 1, and then I do that again. And that's 2. I give a little tug, and now this knot is complete as far as the nylon string, and I always finish them off with a loop of wire as well. So all my jigs that I make are kind of double tied here. They got the wire and they have nylon thread holding them in place. The nylon thread just kind of helps when layering everything up. So now we're just going to wrap the wire around, make it look pretty, pull it snug, and tighten it down. I do like 8 or 9, something like that, and then I actually cut it pretty close here at the end, and then I press that flat. And so that's the completed section of it. So now the next part is actually you have to pull across or pull apart each of the living rubber strands, which actually takes the longest. Alright, so we've got our skirt tied on. I just kind of fix it up. So you can kind of see what our jig looks like there. So the last part is actually just gluing in the fiber weed guard, and for that we'll just use a black one here. Just got a little black one, and I like to use this Loctite super glue. It's a gel glue. Works really well. I've never had any issues with it. So let's put a little dab on there. Hold the skirt back. Make sure that's in there well. Wipe off any excess that came off. And then, you know, that's pretty much it. It's good to go. Let the weed guard, you know, sit in there for a little while before you actually take it out fishing. But that's it. It's a completed process. So anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.